Hello everyone, Sandra here, and Happy New Year! For those watching in the past, I am streaming this, or no, for those watching in the future, can't be watching this in the past. It hasn't happened yet, if you're in the past. I am streaming this on the 2nd of January 2026, which I am led to believe is a new year from the last time I streamed, based upon how time works. Anyway, I'm gonna do this mission. Sanctum K. Let's just jump right into it. Hope everyone is doing well. The year is young. It's new. Can't be treating you too badly yet, I hope. Hopefully it goes well. I'm hoping for a good year. It's always a complicated thing. A year can be good for you individually and seem kind of bad at a general sense. I feel like I might have a challenging time getting my pet to do what I want. I don't need this up right now. You know what? My character's not max level. I could make a fire imp to help out if I wanted to. Not sure if that's really terribly important, though. Yeah, my pet is... I'm going to have to click on the attack button. It's kind of annoying. Go get him. Hey, salty grease. Indeed, it's very useful. The inability to wand and therefore direct my pet. I mean, I could wand. I just have to drop my weapon. I might can direct my pet with this, but it's clunkier. What do I get if I slash bonus? I cannot use that command if I am not in a town or outpost. Cool beans. What a weird phrase, cool beans. I usually want my beans hot. Thank you very much. Anyway, I am having a fine year thus far. Not that much has happened yet. I will say, because I've been doing Winter's Day and Guild Wars 2 stuff, I really feel like Winter's Day and Guild Wars 2 could use a round of updates slash polish. It feels... for example, why does the race event not grant you points towards the weekly meta achievement? That's a really good question, I think, because in most of the other events, the other holidays that have a race event, the race event, in fact, does count. So it's like, why does it not in Winter's Day? I know, there's just a lot of little bits of it that feel really tedious. And, like, the rate of acquisition for snowflakes and ice thingies feels way low compared to some of the others. I know, they're all a little bit different, but it's just like... It feels like they should have some of the costs adjusted to compensate for that fact. I don't know. I'm just saying it feels like it could stand to have a round of polish and not just updating with a few new skins. And that is my genuine feelings on the matter. I honestly feel like Halloween is sort of the best holiday, followed by maybe Canthan New Year. In terms of like being most enjoyable to engage with. Man, at least you can actually get stuff. And freaking Guild Wars 1 candy cane shards are bizarrely hard to acquire. I should remember that I have Price of Failure and use it slightly more often. Go deal with this Bone Fiend, please. Man, this build is really clunky right now. I want this Decador emblem first. I know, it's one of the tricky things about MMOs is a lot of times like they improve over time as things are built up, and that means the older content could really use a round of polish and updates. And it's good for the new players who are engaging with those areas, but at the same time, it's really hard to justify spending resources on those when you kind of need to release new content for your player base. It's just kind of it's an awkward problem, and that doesn't really have a good solution. Go get him, Tiger. You know, you're allowed to miss sometimes, Hellhound. Excellent, thank you. Go get him. I guess it's technically a Landry Stalker, but whatever. I want to get this pet to level 20 and then turn it in at the Zaishin Menagerie. Maybe start death leveling some pets too, actually. It's not a bad idea. I've died 2 times and gained 54,213 experience since my last death. Well, that number will go up tremendously if I do start death leveling pets, that's for sure. Hi, I'm not going to hang around in that, thanks, bye. I think I have Undertakers on, right? Yeah. Good. As it should be. Good old Undertaker's armor. What's nice about locking my pet onto something is it can harass an enemy while I'm focusing on something else. That is something I'm going to want to remember. I do like how the scepter gives me energy regeneration. That's nice. It's interesting that pet attacks are basically a buff that you apply to your pet. Something that's kind of a hidden thing until they introduced this pet panel, which was not in the game at release, by the way. For anyone who did not know. Why am I suddenly feeling like I'm smelling something vaguely spicy? Doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm not going to worry about it too much at the moment. You get take care of these clerics. I would prefer... Okay, we're fighting this bone dragon too, I guess. Okay, well, I will say this. Zenmai did a good job of triggering barbs. Just kind of... things she's here to do. What if there was a rune that gave you -2 health regen, but +1 energy regen? There's a lot more interesting potential space for runes. I think I'd probably make that PvE only. But it sounds worth experimenting with, you know? Probably could have gotten a ton of soul barbs damage off on that thing. Need to be using soul barbs a little bit more on tankier enemies. Because Olias is going to trigger it a bunch with all of his hexes. Yeah, I'm running Contra Phantasm. No reason to try to do stuff until after the giant stomp has happened. Ah, water's delicious. I really should drink more of it. I think there's a lot of times where I feel hungry, but I'm actually just feeling thirsty. Now we're about to be knocked down. Go fight it once we get up. $30 seconds, huh? The real bruiser of a thing. Okay. Restless Spirit, get up here. Behold the Vizier.
A sight for sore eyes, one of the greatest treasures
of
of
my now ruined home.
But
Where being reunited with the scepter of War should be cause for celebration, and the events of today have saddened my heart.
there is
A traitor in your midst, one of the Shining Blade's own inner council. What? Who?
I
believe you know him by the name Marcus.
He
Masquerades as your friend and confidant, but he is instead a White Mantle infiltrator.
So
And he's the reason the Mantle knew about the Henge of Denravi.
Okay, well that's enough fun with that. Restless Spirit. Yes, behold the Vizier. Come on. Okay. I don't know what's going on here with this Restless Spirit. It's just some bonus. Oh my goodness. Why are your ghostly legs so slow? This mission is better when you don't bother with this ghost. I mean, it's not, like, terrible, but... Yeah, I don't know what you thought level 11 grasping ghouls are going to do against level 16 white mantle savants. Okay, well, they're not a problem anymore. Behold, soul barbs. Oh. It did its job. Yeah, I'm gonna say soul barbs can do a lot of damage if you have a bunch of hexes on your party. If you're running a hex heavy team, you might consider including like a copy or two. It can really spike something down pretty well. Probably is a rated 2 on my scale. It's likely what I gave it. Not really good by itself, but with a bunch of hexes it does phenomenally well. So you have to kind of determine for yourself if you think you have enough hexes in your team to warrant it. I'd like more beast mastery, but I would like more attribute points in general, so... But this is a Prophecy's character, so we have a little ways to go before that can become manifested reality.
There are far too many mantle here for this to be a coincidence. I fear we've been set up.
Yes, you told us about this, Marcus, etc. I don't know why they did it this way. Don't want to be standing in that when it ends. Let's see, on fire and all that malarkey. Give me energy. I don't need it. I really do want to get a little bit further in factions, but I really want to get these guys up to level 21st. Final Nightfall story done on your secondary account. The feeling when you have your 3 Mesmer hero team together. Yeah. My party is... Because I'm trying to level these guys, my party is absolutely bonkers right now. You know, there's sometimes you don't need to be casting Scourge Healing, and when there's no healers around, that is one of them, Zenmai. But, oh well. I probably should change our bar a good bit once we get to the Crystal Desert. There's not exactly undead for her to prey upon there. Yeah, finally getting your Raze. Okay, gonna do boat stuff soon. Oh boy, it's gonna be time for more Crystal Desert, everybody's favorite. I feel like I've been doing the Crystal Desert a lot lately. But it's just like, you know, I need to take this character into their area, and stuff and things and do things there. And go after this guy. I'm gonna pick up these savant robes. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. Like, one of the things that you're looking for in terms of priority is where are the elite skills that you want most? If it's a new account, so. I know that's definitely affected things with me, but I mean, there's other things as well, other factors. Come on, you can make it ghosty. You're welcome, Restless Spirit. I've definitely been very scattered. I need to get further in Nightfall on a lot of characters. Part of what's driven me so deep into Prophecies so much is simply the skill quests. Getting free skills is just so significant that I have focused on Prophecies for that purpose. Plus, I tend to level the Elonian heroes there. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. I really do want to get a spear on this character for barbs. Yeah, the Chinundu worms. It's something that they kind of did, is sections where they give you a skill bar, and it's like, the fun of the game is making my own builds. Why are you forcing these skill bars on me? They did that with Jinundu. They did it with a couple of the Eye of the North missions as well. It's not as bad there. It's just a couple of the Norn ones. And you can skip one of them as well, which is nice. Did I accidentally cancel that cast? But yeah, I really don't like the Jinundu worms. Guilt, you say? Really bad for my energy supply. Do I have Scavenger Strike? I do. Obviously not useful unless I have enough conditions going on. Go to the caster. Get on the boat, hurry. We must make our escape.
On the boat.
Hurry, we must make our escape.
But yeah, I really don't care if it's an undo. I'm with you on that one. Let's see here. That's a lot of random stuff in my inventory. Prodigies, that's probably worth bumpkus. I had to guess. Well, I was hoping for goodies from that. I seem to remember thinking I needed wood. I feel like that's pretty borderline. Some granite, eh? Yeah, give me the quest for the artisan that I always kind of wander into. Remember that being a thing last time, too. Ancient secrets. Think so. I definitely want to pick up some of these skills at some point in time. I don't care about the other things. I'll get Antidote Signet in the Megumi Jungle, which is definitely good for this character. Antidote Signet works decently well with Foul Feast. Not like amazing, but like certainly is a thing that you can do. Interact-see. I know. That's definitely the thing that I've found as well. The problem is you need money to be able to get the skills that you need to for making the builds to go into the areas to make you actual money. Kind of a catch-22, chicken the egg sort of situation. White mantle emblem, white mantle badge. One of these is worth a little bit more than the other. A little bit. Scale up. Okay, and then I did want to double check prodigies. I was pretty sure... Man, those things were just not worth anything. I was pretty sure prodigies isn't worth anything. I am not taking the most efficient route around this outpost, and that is okay. That's part of what's made this quest for UAS such a challenging undertaking. Wait a second. Prodigies. Yeah, no, that one's valuable. My brain was thinking prismatic. I don't know why I was getting confused. Thank you, giant pile of cash. I am very happy about that. Prismatic is up a little bit, actually, though. It's 150. I don't know. I was just having a brain fart there. The Prodigies is one of the valuable ones. Okay, I'm also going to want to... That feels good. I'm going to want to change Zenmai's bar. Honestly, I'm going to just give her empathic removal and then get rid of the smiting prayers investment. Because, like, Palm Strike is fine and stuff, but I think I'd rather give her some Shadow Arts. Death Charge and... give her Heart of Shadow. Just give her some stuff to help her survive a little bit. Acolyte Sasuke probably should not be dual tuning here. So I'm going to change him around as well. I love a dual tuning build with Rodgord's Invocation and everything, but the problem is there are an awful lot of enemies around in this area that will spam Chillblains at him, and that is no good. I'm going to keep leaving her the way she is. Probably don't need Prot Spirit, but I don't know. It doesn't hurt. Right? Right. I might drop Healing breeze. Or I should pick up the other one of those. Great question, Self. What for? Like, yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to give the AI heal other because it's not going to use it in an intelligent way. Morrison's weak. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave Healing Breeze there and see how things go. Problem is I just don't have anything I really want over it enough to swap things out. Orison seems kind of underwhelming. I want mostly like Dwayne's Kiss and Healing Burst, so yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. Okay, well, let's go get frustrated by scarabs. Oh yeah, these guys are gonna be a problem. Excuse me. Oh yeah, here. See, the Chillblade spam is exactly why I changed Acolyte Sasuke's bar. It just did not make sense to me to run him as something that was going to be so vulnerable to this amount of Chillblade's spam. Kind of feel like I should be running Suffering or something, but goodness. Glowing Gaze, unfortunately, wow. With this current, I should, probably should, yeah. I need to go purchase Immolate. Immolate's not a skill quest skill, so I should be purchasing Immolate on my Ellie. It's like one of those skills that's like just deeply fine. I'm not gonna call it good. Well, Cash this certainly helps with some of the stuff that the Jade Scarabs do. It doesn't help with the Chillblains, though. But they do use Vile Touch, I believe, which it would stop. And Plague Touch, obviously. It's dust traps that are making my pet blind. So it wouldn't help with that. But it does help with Lightning Touch. Can't Touch this is a very odd skill. It is quite a surprisingly useful effect in some zones. Pet leveled up. That's good. Pets, unfortunately, don't get experience from quests and stuff, so they're leveled up entirely off of kills. These enemies being higher level is going to help my Hardy Stalker level up faster. Yeah, I just named my pet not Spider. Don't worry about it. Long-term goals. spider pet for my necro. My weird pet-oriented necro. It's good to have a gimmick. Well, that was a little rude. Valid, but rude. Look, you can't just pop out of the ground and attack me while I'm taking a drink of water, okay? It's rude. That's one of the things that's cool about this game is you can just bring a pet along if you really want to. Okay, give me my pattern. Alright, just across. Pretty simple. Oh, man. You know, the good thing is once I've done a friggin' desert tour on all of these characters, I won't have to be doing them. I won't have to do one again. On this account, and that'll be nice. I'm looking forward to having that whole process concluded. Stop attacking my face. Honestly, the amount of degen I have going on is working surprisingly well. Elias's ridiculous bar is seemingly functional. Zenmai's bar also pretty ridiculous, but in a different sort of way. And less overall ridiculous than Elias. Man, this game has such a good design. It's so cool. Things that you can do with it. Okay, let's fight ourselves a whole host of Minotaur. You know what? I should have named this VOD Crystal Tour, or Crystal Desert Tour again. Because my goodness, is that an accurate feel. I mean, I love the Crystal Desert, don't get me wrong. The aesthetic is so cool, but like, there's only so many times you can like do this in succession and not feel like, okay, I've done this enough, haven't I? Haven't I, game? Haven't I? I do like these maps, though. This is something that, like... So, one of the things that is really going for Guild Wars 1 is that there is no day-night cycle, and things are fairly static, and it allows them to create very specific moods, rather than things kind of adjusting based upon the time of day. And, like, there's definitely maps that are different times of day. That kind of augment some of that feeling of things being different. But I don't know, I'm just... There's something about each map's distinct feel that kind of stays that way, as opposed to like the day-night cycle that you have in Guild Wars 2, causing maps to have like different appearances as the day kind of cycles around. It's something that's interesting to think about, at least. Like, I feel like the palading is more distinct in Guild Wars 1 than it is in Guild Wars 2. And And some of that is just the lack of a day-night cycle, allowing for a more consistent set of colors. I think that they do some palading in Guild Wars 2. It's just less restricted than Guild Wars 1. Like, I feel like there's more things that they're doing, or like other types of things that they're focusing on to make areas feel different in Guild Wars 2 than color palette to an extent. Oh, maybe that's making sense. Making sense to me. Well, let's go see what skills I'm going to be given off of the handful of quests here. I'm just thinking about my desire for an interrupt. Malaise and Dust Trap. Okay, I mean, I'll take this. I'm going to be blunt. I need Malaise unlocked. It is not a good skill. Kind of hard to use, too, frankly. Well, that could be a steel ingot. It wasn't, but it could have been. Jordan Kudaba, do you have anything better for me? Please tell me yes. Okay, here's where I'll get Chillblains. That's not nothing, I suppose. Yeah. Yep, my elite skills are Reaper's Mark and Blood is Power. Not really a deep bench of elite skills here. I mean, Reaper's Mark is super generic and just kind of slots into whatever build, so it's not like a huge deal, but... Please take these things off my hands, thank you. Interesting. I am... ooh, somebody leveled up. Acolyte Sasuke, who definitely could use that. I don't know if you got a level up or not. I think you guys might have. Yeah, you have the same problems as Acolyte Sasuke. Sasuke. Yes, that's actually a good break point. That's a good break point. Okay. Like, I would like different skills. I don't really have different skills. Okay, whatever. We're dealing with the situation as it is. We're gonna go die to some Hydra. How's that for optimism? Yep. Mesa is really neat, though. Okay. Oh, yeah, that hurts a lot. Thankfully, Hydra are not actually super tanky. And once they've sort of done the Meteor Fireball thing and wiped out 2/3 of your HP, they are a little bit out of things. Yeah. Let's hope there's not too many of them. And hope Prosperity keeps you alive. Oh, hey, Aiden. I see you're attempting to die to some Hydra. Okay, well, I found Aiden's corpse. There's a story and a picture. Whatever, I'm going to fight this Hydra now. Ow. That hurt several times. Okay. Are Devona, Sin, and Menlo able to kill a Hydra? The answer is yes. And then they will find Aiden's corpse. And then, I don't know. They'll have conversations with his corpse or something. It's kind of a cool screenshot with, like, Devona, Menlo, and Sin there. And walking over to... Oh. Aiden's body despawned because he's not important enough to stick around, I guess. Bummer. Well, enjoy your conversation with nobody. Oh, that's interesting. Different skybox loaded in when I got over here. Cool. They're responding to Aiden's dialogue, but he's not there to give it. All right, let's continue on. I want to make my way to... Okay, well, I might have gotten hit by it, but the good news is that I was, not right next to everyone when it hit, so... That's something. Dazed is a really clever condition. What if weakness made attacking easily interrupted? Like, you attack slower and your attacks are easily interrupted instead of what it does now. Make it like a parallel to Dazed. That's interesting to think about, isn't it? I think it is. Oof. Zenmai. No, you should... Yes, Prot Spirit Zenmai. Good. Good, you figured it out. I'm proud of you, Talcora. You eventually figured out that Zenmai needed Prot Spirit. Took you longer than it should have, in my opinion, but you did figure it out, so I'll give you a little bit of credit for that. I'm going to go to Destiny's Gorge. And gorge ourselves on some Destiny. It's going to be delicious. I have no idea what Destiny tastes like. I think life bands are the ones that I most want to take down. Okay. Windcasters are the next most want to take down ones. Diversion is bad for us. Okay. I don't like it being on Dunkoro. Fortunately, Dunkoro didn't have to do anything for the intervening 6 seconds, and so we were able to avoid it being too much of a problem. But... I will admit that the energy management from Reaper's Mark has not been bad. It's been helpful, but like I still want an elite that actually does a little bit more than a small amount of degen and a bit of energy gain. The biggest problem with diversion, honestly, is when it lands on you unexpectedly in the middle of you using a skill. I think it might have just gotten Glyph of Buster, which honestly is not a bad sacrifice skill. Kalkora needs some energy. Elias needs some runes. Life Band is able to heal others, so it became kind of a priority for me. Price of Failure is definitely more of a skill that you put on the enemy you're not targeting. Barb is the one you put on the enemy you're targeting. Or Soul Barbs, either one. Man, imagine putting prot spells on yourself to heal yourself, except it causes you damage instead. What just happened there? What is this raid for? 46. Okay. I believe Neil Phipps, is it? Who has? I think Anil has the quest. Eulenius over here, which is kind of a neat name. Augustos the Brave are the Mesmer and Warrior profession changey ghosts. Man, I remember having a friggin' warp into one of these. Ooh, that's a good one. Warp into one of these just to be able to talk to these ghosts to change your secondary. It used to be how you had to do it back in the day. But that was a long time ago, and the Guild Wars long since changed. Excellent. I have access to Chillblains. It is not currently useful to me, but I am glad to possess it nonetheless. Okay. I'm going to do this quest now, because this is the prelude to the 15 attribute point quest, and you better believe I want to do that one. That's good stuff. Real good stuff. It's nice blue over there. Think we can slip past these hydras? I think so. Yeah, we can. Look at that. Here's the backside of Augury Rock. Make your way down there. Talk to the Norn, who's excited about Ascension. I do really appreciate how Guild Wars 2 incorporated Guild Wars 1 areas into its map and everything. How they're like, 250 years later, here's the stories of Ascension going on, and special event to get inside the chamber there, and then you jump all over the place trying to learn about the Flameseeker prophecies. Well, that was not quite how I wanted that to go, but whatever. Come on, Not Spider, get some health back. Good job. You got healed. I don't think that was entirely your doing, but it happened, so I'm happy. Somehow I feel like this is maybe not the best way to get to where I'm trying to get to, which is over there-ish more. Oh, not spiders. Thing's not open. Well, I'm going to take this teleporter because it's here. Thankfully, I think this map might be one that doesn't have Jade Scarabs on it, which is... The enemy loadouts on each map are not the same, which I think is actually really cool. It's like the Crystal Desert, like any region, right, has a set of enemies that appear in those maps, but not every map has every enemy that appears in that region appear in that map, which I think was really smart. Bit of design from ArenaNet. It just helps make areas feel a bit more varied. To have like enemies be a little bit more regional in nature. Obviously, right here we have a bunch of these guys. And I will want to go into that portal, so it's not bad to clear these out. Right? No, I want to go into this one. Yeah, there's a scar. I want to go to the Arid Sea. Because that's where they actually put a reference to it in Guild Wars 2 with a hero skill point. But there's the 15 attribute point quest guy is over there. I think we get enchanted, but I don't think we get forgotten in this area. Can't do anything about my pet's blindness right now. Is that in my hand though? I can't tell Cora. Somebody did, or it just wore out. I couldn't tell you which was actually. I wonder if there's a pet attack that causes cripple. I feel like there must be. But I'm going to be honest, pet attacks is a big area of blindness for me because I've used them so rarely. I don't actually kind of know offhand what different ones there are. Like I have a vague sense of like, oh, this one bleeds foes, and these ones knock down spellcasters and stuff like that. I have some awareness of, but like, I don't trust this lone Hydra, and I would rather not it being here. Anyway, I'm finding myself wanting my pet to be able to inflict cripple. I think there's the Elite Strike as one, which might do it. Which I'm gonna want to investigate that. But that's Nightfall. I'm actually probably not that far from it. If I have, ouch. Okay, that was hilariously ugly. Yeah. See, this is the problem with 4 Hydras, is that it's very easy for them to gang up on you and absolutely end your face. The good news is, I think we're probably going to end up at that rest shrine. Yeah. So that's not too terribly far from where we were. And I'm about to do a quest, which 1,000 experience points is going to wipe out. Oh, an FDS, nice. It's going to wipe out a bunch of EP. FDS is worth 44 gold. That is what it will be to me. Kind of glad I hit that up now. I was not expecting the massive Hydra gang up wipe out there. And those things are nasty. It's like they don't have a whole lot of tricks or anything. It's just, here's a opening salvo that can absolutely end you if you're unlucky. And like the AI decides to meteor and then fireball spam you and stuff. I should actually look up some pet attacks. Could go to other campaigns and grab them. 12 skill points. That's going to go up a little bit, but I'm definitely a little tight on skill points. That's for sure. Ow. I mean, I have more armor when my health is low, but that doesn't mean I'm surviving better. There we go. Okay, I don't trust this jerk, because I'm pretty sure this is the one that ambushed us last time. I am very close to level 19 now, which is exciting. I don't even know what was going on with that cast. Okay. Prospirit Zenmai go in. Okay. Gonna play this a little bit smarter. Okay, good. I'm gonna turn that off. I had to make her aggressive to get her to actually go up there and fight the thing, but Prospiriting her up and then sending her in was the right move, IMO. Yep. Tactical move on my part, dragging the meteor away. There's my level up. Let's drop it in curses. I am not processing things right now. I'm in the middle of trying to not die. Okay. Yeah, Elias is fortunately able to use Hexer's Vigor to help himself heal. Oh, Sosuke is almost out of death penalty. Oh, all of them are. That's neat. They're probably because heroes get a bonus experience points when their level is lower than yours. So, yes, I accept this. I will also take your follow-up skill. Very much, thank you. Yeah, as I thought, that wiped out most of our death penalty. Obviously, Takora still has some because she is she just got her face beaten by Hydras another time. But you know, the rest of us are doing fine. Man, those Hydras suck. Okay, time to go to giant statues. I love sand dunes. They're just having those sand dunes in the distance is so cool looking. And I like these like worn down Adobe type buildings. I think it's Adobe. And these running sections are great moments to take a drink of water. Oh, yes, I want to go over here. You are correct, game. Thank you for pointing out my error. Kind of doesn't matter. I could go in there, and then there's another entrance over there, I think, but whatever. I'm going to have to figure out where I want to go from there, though. Oh, I'm looking forward to getting these 15 attribute points, though. Going to be helpful. Probably should not have put that in curses. Probably should have put the points in Beastmaster or something, but I can always respec later. One Hydra, at least, like, it'll do like 300 damage to us, but that's not enough to wipe anybody out. So then, like, we'll be fine. Man, as a player, Ellie, you wish you're hitting that hard. Sometimes you are. A lot of times you're not. Oh, man, it's the friggin' golden hour sand, and it's amazing. This is probably... I don't know if this is my favorite Crystal Desert map, but it's... If it isn't, it's, like, right up there in contention. I'm quite fond of Prophet's Paths visuals. And I like that each one of them feels a bit different due to the different lighting and palettes and stuff. The Knight and Templar armor. I'm going to send these guys back down the hill for photo op reasons. Let's cancel that flag. Anyway, we're heading over to that statue because it's over there that, like, it's gonna transition to being fallen over in just a moment, I'm sure. I just like this spot enough that I'm taking several screenshots of it. Okay. When are you going to end up? Okay, let's fight this Jade Scarab. Yeah, Jade Scarabs are back here, which is sad. I don't know. At some point, as we approach this, it's going to transition to being down. Again, let's just send these guys down the hill a little bit. I'm just kind of curious how close we have to be before that happens. Yep, there it goes. Boom. It would be cool if it had a falling animation, but it does not. It is down. Oh, go ahead and pass underneath it. This is a little bit easier that way. I don't know why these guys are necros. Okay, other characters are starting to get their levels. Takora. Probably go from here to Dunes, I think. That makes the most sense, I think. You know what would be interesting? So there's a Necromancer elite skill that's basically just a copy of Scourge Healing, right? And except it has a caveat that doesn't stack with Smiting Prayers hexes. It would be really interesting, and I think it's like Soulbind or something like that. But what would be really interesting is if it had a line of text where instead of saying it has no effect if your target is under, it should say effects like the one being healed, or instead of the healer, or affects allies next to the healer when it triggers, or I don't know. Or even just like have it do that, like instead of the healer is damaged, have it be the healed is damaged when they're healed. I don't know. I'm trying to think about ways of making things not have clunky, does not work with other skills texts that they like to put on certain things. Like, I understand that they have them there because they're trying to do balance stuff, but a lot of the times if it calls out professions, it starts to feel clunky to me. That's really, I guess, where that thought ends. But Takora's death penalty is gone, by the way. It's set like 75 experience points to get rid of 1% death penalty, I think. So you can actually use scrolls to make it go away more quickly. Walk between the enormous stone breasts. Here's where the head landed. Definitely a different model. But, I mean, it's years later and it's gotten wet around here, if I remember rightly, in Guild Wars 2 times. So there's definitely been a lot of erosion stuff. It says the Forgotten were the first race to rule Tyria. And that there's peace until humans came. And that's when they met Glint. The Great Crystal Dragon Glint. Unlock some of my inner potential. 15 attribute points. So I'm chucking some into Beast Mastery. I want my pet to be better. Okay. Unwind our way from... where would it be? There it is. Go back up the statue. Don't... just ignore the fact that we're sinking into it in spots and it doesn't entirely make sense. Not gonna worry about that now. Yanelbrunn. I believe actually there was some plan at some point in time where he had to go get some item. Yeah, this guy's talking about where he says like, until one of our number created weapons that would lay low the mightiest warriors and shake the very earth. Such was their power that they brought our great city down, and my people have become nothing more than a memory. I think you had to like go get that and like use that to knock the statue down or something was the plan, and I don't know. I guess it didn't work. I don't know the details. Just trying to get a bounty done, and 2 lock chests gave you a Spear of Ranger and a Bow of Warrior, respectively, back to back. That's neat. I have not gotten nearly as many of those sorts of mods as I would like. I really want a weapon mods trader. A weapons mod trainer. What would that be? I don't even know. Oh man, that's such a good view too. Actually, yeah, a touch necromancer would really appreciate a blood staff of the necromancer. Man, it just feels so desolate out here in just like an excellent way. Yeah, it's kind of a what you do. One of these guys is gonna giant stomp us. That one did. Yeah, a weapon mods trader would really, really, really help with the distribution of those. I don't know how hard it would be to add, but... I don't know, I'm going to be curious to see what 2 weeks does. You know, once the new year starts. Because I'm sure they've been taking time off during the holidays. I certainly hope they did. I certainly hope they did. We'll be curious to see if Reforged mode adds more stuff. What things they might be trying. That go anywhere? I know there's a zone transition to the map I'm wanting to go to. Yeah, I thought that was a restaurant. Somewhere along this western edge. It's been a little bit, so. And this map is so cool. You know what? This map makes me think of Tatooine quite a bit, too. Which I imagine is intentional. Is that the... Hang on. No, that wouldn't be. Because the mesa should be that direction. from here, not there. So I don't know. That's just some random rock. Nito Shabra. Materials. Just some random guy out here. Why do I expect to be attacked by jade scarabs over here? This is a white mantle. Or not white mantle. The opposite. Oh, wow. This guy makes Deldrimmer steel ingots. Huh. Damask, Deldrimmer steel. These aren't too special, I don't think, but Deldrimmer steel is not made by a lot of people, so. Shining Blade, that's what the name I was looking for. I think the reason they didn't want to make the weapon mods trader was due to the sheer amount of different ranks of the same mod. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, you could either make it only the highest potential, or, like, you could even have all of them. It's not... Or, like... Yeah, I mean, that's definitely right. As, like... But, like, you could have the, like, the top 2 or top 3. Like, 18, 19, and 20% on those ones, for example. You're right, that is definitely a consideration of some of the, like, how low do you go? Clogging things up. I hadn't really thought about that particular angle. It still would help, though, to have weapon mods traders. I definitely would want to include, like, 14 over 50, but 13 over 50 feels too low for me to be interested in. Yeah, these are definitely not things I care that much about. This is interesting. Okay. Yep, okay, let's just go make our way over to Dunes of Despair, I guess. Oh, that guy's almost down. These are the finger rocks that the teleporter's in, I believe. Worm. I don't know why I'm playing barbs a second time. I think those might have shorter durations, but even still it lasts for a good long while. There's the... Yeah, there's the teleporter. That's what I'm looking for. Takes me where I want to go. Next to Dunes of Despair. More worm. Okay, I have to go around a little bit. One, two, three, four. Okay, that problem is solved. Huzzah. Now the question is, do I want to do dunes now or not? Um, let's see. I want to get Heroes audience. That feel less or better going from where? Well, either way, I'm going to want to probably leave from Augury Rock. I need to go towards the flats. Yes, crafting materials. Well, FDS. Well, I got caught up on some rocks. Scarab Hunter. Yeah. I'm still a little annoyed about those. It has green, or whatever that's worth, but like, I don't feel like that quite makes up for the loss of Griffin farming. Okay. This little curve leaving from the map is kind of annoying. Actually, yeah, I think I want to go to Heroes Audience first. Down over there. Okay, that was a triple level up. And I'll take it. Yep, there. Yeah, let's get your dagger mastery up. I did not respec myself, which I kind of had wanted to do a little bit. Yeah, minor, major, and super. Yeah, for sure. I think some of them, like defense, you maybe don't bother with. Because, like, who cares about +4 defense? It's not that hard to get +5. But, I mean, you might as well. And, like, warding +6 and +7. Basically, I feel like you do the top 3 if it's a 20% value and the top 2 if it's below that. Probably. Okay. We've got a bit of a mess going on here. These are marrow scarabs. They're a little bit different from the jade scarabs. Okay, like, this is too much junk all at once. Clean me, thank you. Send my... Okay, well, that was a bunch of stuff all at once. Do I have capsigs on this character? Okay, technically I do. I will admit I would like a bit more capsig, but... Okay, so imagine a build your own profession in Guild Wars 1. Or like basically a mode with Guild Wars 1. Like customs, you're making custom server and you decide, okay, I want to reshuffle attributes around among the different professions. Gives you a chance to shift things around. You could make different decisions. How are you approaching it? That's an interesting question. Kind of a fun little mental exercise. Or like you have access to all attributes on your character. What build are you making? Yeah, yeah. That's fair. Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to have expertise and soul reaping on the same character. So like let's say the primary attributes are stuck, but you can move any of the other attributes around however you want, but everybody has to have at least 4 attributes when you're done. So if you wanted, you could put wind magic and wind prayers on the same thing, for example. And you're not shuffling skills around, you're just shuffling attributes. And like skills come with them. You could do some interesting stuff that way. Like you could go give hammer mastery to monks if you wanted, for example. And I was just thinking what it would be like if I could have Beast Mastery as an attribute on my Necromancer. That's kind of what prompted my thinking. Okay, my pet is being absolutely ruined by eruption. Yeah. If you could get the runes of your secondary profession at like a cost of 10 HP or something. 10 max HP. Additional. Rothazor. Yeah, and this is part of why I came here, because Yort the Bronze has a quest for me, and the other direction that I want to go has me passing by where this is. I mean, I like that your primary profession is you're better at that than you are at your secondary. I think that's overall a good design. But it's interesting to think about and speculate about, okay, but what if we did this, or what if we did that? The question is, do I want to go from here? I don't think so. Right? Unless... Yeah, now I'm curious. Okay, we're gonna investigate. Okay, that's kind of good at making it bad to attack. Your pet's next attack counts as this type of attack. That's what pet attacks do. Good job, Zenmai. Okay, what did I just gain 40 health several times over for? Actually, a really good question. That wouldn't be doing it. Okay, this thing needs to go down. This whole area has turned into a mess. I'm investigating to see if this path... Lucid Jewelstone. Interesting name for a boss. Yes, fight each other, Lucid Jewelstone and Sandworm. Why does it seem like those guys are beating the Sandworm? I'm just going to watch this fight in the distance. Because... why not? Congratulations on beating Eye of the North. You can now do dungeon runs. How's my book looking? Oh my goodness, what a terrible book. All of Sanctum K. Oh yeah, Lucid Jewelstone is absolutely losing to this Sandworm. Oh, you know what? It's blinded. Or was. Okay, time for us to start intervening. Still, I enjoyed this worm killing a bunch of enemies for us. And here it comes. Oh, look. There it goes. Excellent. So I'm really curious about is if I can get down into the water area from up here, because down in the water area is where I ultimately need to go. I didn't realize this desert was so, like, hostile to, like, its own stuff. Enemies sometimes fight, but I'm not used to them fighting each other this much. Like, this is a great deal of hostility. Yeah, yeah. It looks like we can get into the water area from over here. Neat. Good to know. I don't know if this is ultimately shorter or not, but it's certainly different, and I will take that right now. I like these little oases in the Crystal Desert. Lily pads and stuff. They're neat. And they add some variety and texture. What does Kyle the Rich want? And what will he give me? A Crichton tunic for Lusaru mains. No, I think I will not be doing that trade. Good old teleporter switches. I mean, that's the spot where we teleport over to head over up to here to get to the Augury Rock, so. Neat. Some very tall palm trees around here. They make me think of, is it a Alolan Executor? It's just super long-necked for some random reason. North of Bronze's Ancient Remains. I don't know why this is a Prophecies character-only skill. It's kind of weird to me that this one is marked that way. You'll notice that I haven't been doing this one on other characters, and that's why. Because this one you can only get on Prophecies characters. Again, I find that somewhat perplexing. Anyway, I should be able to get up and curve around to get to that teleporter and go over, so that's the plan. Make my way up through the Salt Flats. What character was I just doing this on? Was it my ranger? I think it probably was. I definitely feel like I've been doing Crystal Desert stuff a lot lately, so. Should be understandable when I say I'm a little bit looking forward to not. Have I killed enough Minotaurs yet? That really wants some additional miss chance. Like, this doesn't care. It just cares that it fails to hit. So it can be blocked or miss or whatever. So things that give additional miss chance would be kind of useful. How's my Ghostly Vengeance coming along? Oh, it's finished. Okay, cool. It's Marcena's or whatever. Marcena's. That's about how Italian they are. Marcena's. C is a really, really stupid letter in English. It should just be the CH sound. Because we have K for hard and S for soft. We don't need C to do both of those. I don't know what's obstructed about that thing's location, but I don't know. Sometimes geometry is weird. It's the actual, like, collision meshes are not always lining up super well with the visuals. There's some spots where it's egregious. That's probably going to be pretty easy. It's time to fight that thing. Oh, we'll see. Okay. Well, right now I just want to make my way over to Why can I never remember the name of that outpost? It's the one right up here. Destiny's Gorge, Heroes Audience, and we're in Salt Flats. I'm gonna look at it as soon as we get there and be like, duh, how did I forget that? But is it in my head right now? Nope. Sure isn't. Glad I missed with that D-shot. I feel like most of what I'm doing is casting barbs and using Predator's Pounce. There are worse ways to win at battles. Frightened gloves for shriveled eyes. That's assuming I want... Now, one thing that's interesting to point out about this collector armor, by the way, is that it is max armor, but it cannot be upgraded with an insignia, because the original armor did not have an insignia on it. I think that's interesting. Anyway, if you want bad max armor, you can get it there for some grinding enemies instead of spending resources. I've got this Xingje stuff, though. It's pretty decent. I'm happy with it. Over there is really cool looking, but I don't need to do anything over there. Kind of don't want to fight some of these enemies because they're annoying. You'll be okay, right, Dunkoro? Right, Zenmai? Pet leveled up. Zenmai got caught on stuff back there and died, apparently. I don't know what's going on with her. Ideally, she would not stay dead, so let's just go get her. Deal with some rockshot devourers. They're annoying, but what you gonna do? Okay. Thank you, Elias. Let's continue on. This is where fallback would be really nice to have on my team, but I just haven't put it on them. Oh my goodness. Pop-up mobs are plentiful. Not like they're hard to kill, it's just they run around all over the place and they strip all of your enchantments off, and then sometimes they interrupt you with distracting shot, and it's just... Sure, I'll take it. I really want an enchanting spear. Like, I don't know. I don't even really know if I have a prefix. Furious prefix, probably. Furious enchanting spear. With a caster mod in it. Furious mostly because it would sometimes be useful. Long-term objectives, I guess. Maybe I can do the bonus mission pack and get an undead spear and spruce it up. But that's still real long-term goals. That's definitely not any near-term goals. Again, see the scuffed state of like trying to get weapon mods requires being online at the same time as somebody else selling weapon mods. It's just okay. Well, Seeker's Passage. That's it, obviously. But I forget it every time. I really, really, really want a better elite skill. I mean, Order of the Vampire is going to be nice, but like, it's not helping this team much. Is the issue? I know that's the problem. Is the mods that you want are so like plenty of them are dropping, but they're distributed across the entire player base, and sorting them out to the people who want them is just that's why we need a weapon mods trader. It's solving the distribution problem. Speaking of Agony and Tiger's Fury, yeah. Highly salvageable. I will take it. 38 wood. That is definitely good for my pile of wood, which I am trying to build up. Oh, right. That's a ceremonial family sword. It's an FDS of some variety, apparently. A lot of collector items here in small quantities. And, like, on my main account, most of my bank is... Yeah, mods should stack. That would help so much. But most of my main account is just a bank full of weapons with mods that I'm hanging on to. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay. That's better. A bit more beast mastery, a bit stronger pet stuff. Kind of want to replace Melander's Assault with something else. Scavengers could be decent. Let's go with Bestial Pounce. It might catch somebody sometimes. Not as good damage-wise as that, but... Barrel Lunge is way more damage. There's enough casters that being able to potentially knock him down with Bestial Pounce sounds nice. I have Necrosis, and I'm not using it. That sounds like a personal failing. I'm going to put it on instead of Price of Failure. Let's do this. Okay. That's pretty decent, too. Yeah, it's probably max. Sunspear Captain. Okay. Well. Let's go out there and find this guy. And then make our way to Ilona Reach. And that finishes the desert tour, doesn't it? 1, 2... Yeah, 1, 2, 3... No, I need the over there. Okay. Thirsty River. I don't have Thirsty River. That means that I am not done that until I have Thirsty Rivered. So the rivers are just so thirsty. Well, I could also just have Necrosis D-shotted. Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. Ugh. Happy to make my pet a little bit stronger, though. Man, the amount of distraction shot I'm being hit by is not okay. A real problem, in fact. Okay, that enemy leashed finally. Also works off of conditions. Yeah. Oh. Sure, whatever. We can do that one. And necromancers are generally better single target. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of difference between the 15 and 16 damage. I wish there was more to talk about, but I'm just like... I will say this. I've been playing Dragon Quest 11. I got it during the sale. Because, like, it's a series that I've heard, or, like, that I know is super influential. And I've played the Dragon Quest Builders games. But I had just an overall lack of familiarity with the actual RPGs. Okay, I guess everybody's doing fine. And so it's something that I was wanting to actually experience, because I know that the series is very influential. And thus it was that I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Just, you know, I wanted to feel for it. And I've been enjoying it quite a bit so far. It is definitely not afraid to do weird stuff. The enemy designs are wild. I mean, I imagine a lot of them, they're using traditional designs, right? They're iconic designs. I think that's one of the things that's a big difference between Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy will take themes and some similarities, like the triple tiered spells, Fire and Froga and that sort of stuff. But I don't think Final Fantasy tends to as much recycle enemies or reuse them across things. So, like, the Dragon Quest slime is extremely iconic, for example. But, yeah, like I said, it's just, I know it's very influential, and so I was wanting to check it out. So, I've been enjoying, like, the plot has been interesting thus far, and some stuff is like, oh yeah, I see where they're setting things up, and other spots is like, oh, that did not turn out the way I expected, and I don't think I'm particularly far into the game yet. But it's just not afraid to just be wacky. Like, there's a town that I ran into that's like, because it's a Japanese thing, you see this all the time. It's Japantown, right? And so, like, there's, I mean, they don't have a hot spring so much as they have a variant on the concept, but you know, everybody's speaking in haiku. All of the residents. So you can tell if somebody's a guest or a resident because of whether or not they're speaking in haiku. And it's like, this is just bizarre, right? And that's the sort of game that it is. Or like, another really good example. I get to a town. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Gallopolis. Right? That's the name of this place that I'm headed towards. And then when I get there, what do I learn? They are obsessed with horse racing. Like horse racing. Because it's Gallop City. Gallopolis. It's like the most amazing grown-worthy pun And I love it and hate it in equal measure. It's just like, that's the sort of game that this is. And like, it has serious plot stuff going on too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just, it is not afraid to be absolutely ridiculous. I kind of like that. Okay, time to fight a bunch more random Jade malarkey. Send, give me my 1,000 experience points. Yeah, thank you. That's all I wanted from you was 1,000 experience points. Okay, that's not gonna do much, but whatever. This whole area is pretty atrociously enemied. D-shot on my Reaper's Mark. Well, there are worse things, I suppose. Can't D-shot my pet attacks. That's not how they work. Haha. This guy's weak. Oh my goodness, why so many Jade Scarabs? The thing is, like, they scatter so much that you can't AoE them very well. Because they're melee, so they all charge down after your party members and then run from them. Like, it's a mess. It's a mess, I say. Well, yeah, and then, of course, Sosuke's down to his last 10 energy. Which means Mind Burn doesn't work. I wanted to barbs this thing. Okay, I'm just going to take a moment to hang out here and let my characters recover from whatever that is I just went through. Because that was rough. Sosuke's energy is like so low. There's spots where you can go down around here. Like right there. Why? I don't friggin' know. Nav mesh stuff, I guess. Okay, we're doing a zigzagging inwards. Yes, there you are. Okay, yeah, we're not hanging around here to fight these things by. Thankfully, the enemies can't use the teleporter. There's Diviner's Ascent, which is where I'm going. I like these pools. These little sparkling pools that they have all over this map. Salt flats. I think those are really cool. No, we are ignoring them. Y'all are getting your enchantments stripped. And then we're running through this zone portal. I'll take the 20 experience points, I guess, but like... Okay. Really matter. Let's just go this northern route. I think I remember this being slightly better last time I went through here. My pet finally attacks after Earthquake's gone off. Oh, purple. Nice, nice, nice. Not very good. Worth 80 gold, I guess. How's that going for it? Oh, look, it's everybody's favorite. More Jade Scarabs. Let's see. Planning on going about another hour or so on the stream, and then it's supper time. I got a later start than I was kind of hoping to for a variety of reasons. The scheduling for today has been a little wonky. Okay, this teleport is neat, being kind of greenish. Yep, I know. We can't not have Jade Scarabs here. It's legally mandated. Does this have a weird delay on it or something? I should definitely swap over to the one that inflicts bleeding. Feral Lunge, plus 25 damage. Yeah, that's better. The knockdown is just too unreliable. I definitely want to be picking up some more pet attacks, though. Well, thank you for running out of your defensive ward. I like those spires over there. You go over there for the Necromancer profession quest, I believe. Maybe it's the monk one. Might be the monk one, actually. Necromancer enemy, devourer of souls sort of thing. Of course, that's targeting moi. Okay, well, at least that, yeah, that upper route is more direct because I'm not taking that V. I'm staying along the top, and I can curve along here and get over into reach. Let's not fight those rockshot devourers because they are planting so many traps right in that spot. It's absolutely miserable seeming. Once I do this, I'm actually going to go turn in a bunch of quests because I have like 3 quests to finish. And I'd like to turn those in. These sandrakes are not in very many maps. Which is fine, I suppose. Helps keep me from getting too annoyed at them, unlike the Jade Scarabs, which are in a higher percentage of the maps here. Minotaur Horns, not a terrible smiting staff. At least does what you want it to. Smites things. Okay, that's finally the Alona Reach map. Excellent. I still need to go thirsty, which I'm not looking forward to if I'm being honest, but it won't be too terrible at this point. Thank you. Okay, I have a ceremonial sword to turn into 1 Yort the Bronze. Yes. Unlocks Well of the Profane, which is a very powerful skill for very specific situations. Also gets me Flame Trap. I don't know if that one's unlocked as well. Doesn't look like that one's popping up. Might have acquired Flame Trap elsewhere, but that's fine. I also need to turn in this quest about Minotaurs to... Oh, it is Marchena. There's a CH. It'd be a hard C in Italian. My sister studied Italian, so learned a little bit about it. Malays and Dust Trap. Thanks. What a bad skill. There's ways of making Malays good, and all of them start with not having it cause you health degen. Okay. Need to go this way. Need to go to that map. The Scar. Barton Smallwood. What do you want, Barton? For some reason that last name seems like an insult. Ah, you'd give me a soul reaping hat. Neat. I don't need one. Or rather, I do need one, but not from you. Okay. Time for a journey. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thankfully, this journey is probably not 1,000 miles. Oh my goodness. So much time spent out in this map, though. Okay, at least they're a different variety of scarab. I also need to go to the Guma Jungle to go get skill quests there. Desert griffins are not common enough these days, as far as I'm concerned. I guess you could maybe do a griffin farm over here if it's just some scarabs, and then you could, like, if you can get these guys all bundled up, you might be able to farm these ones. It wouldn't be as good as the OG, but it might be viable. Kind of want to try it now. Oh, there's these guys over here. That makes it a lot less good. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Good feathers. This guy's wings, I mean. I forgot to change my pet attack, but that's okay. Part of it is you're constantly being interrupted by these rockshot devourers, which are in the majority of these maps, and scarabs. And it's really quite tedious. I don't think I'm going to finish the Crystal Desert today. Oh, this character. I'll probably go do... This is a really interesting quandary. What I'm thinking about is I want to capture Order of the Vampire in Thirsty. But if I'm being blunt about it, that's kind of a... I'm trying to remember how to navigate this area here. I'm going to have that for a bunch of the map, and I kind of feel like Milani still needs levels. And so I'm not inclined to do that one right away, because I kind of want... a chance for these other guys to get to level 20 so I can bring in Melania and level her. Probably instead of Elias. Probably. So Sosuke seems more useful, broadly speaking. I don't remember if this is the way I go to get here. I've been going from the other side enough lately that I am a little directionally confused. I think I'd remember this better, but here we are. Okay, I think we're stabilized. So what I remember is I remember going into an area full of Lusaru and teleporting over there is also part of it. So that's... I don't know if I'm taking a slightly different route than that. It's a little bit wider, as it were. If there's an area where I need to be going down... Like, do I need to be going down there? I might. I legitimately don't remember. Um... Well... What do I think? I think I'm going to see, but I'm pretty sure this dead ends. So I'm going to investigate. Any moment they feel like not giant stomping, I will take. Yeah, I think that's the teleporter I was thinking about. Okay, I think I need to go around and down. This doesn't actually go over there. It's kind of what I was vaguely remembering, but it's like been long enough since I've gone this specific direction. Like I've been going down to the arid sea and then over. Or maybe it's from over here. Like I'd go to that guy, turn in the skill quest, and then go over here and then down over to Thirsty. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is I need to go back around and find a path down. Can I just slide down this dune? No? Okay. Well, we're not doing that then. As much as I would like to. Oh, I would like to. But yeah, I want to use Order of the Vampire when it's going to be affecting more party members than just the one, basically. Of course, if I go with this bar, I'm not really making particular use of it. What do I have in Blood Magic? Well, I'll think about that more later. Blood Bond would be good. But I do quite like barbs. Maybe I should jump into some other campaigns and pick up some more skills. With a particular focus on pet attacks, specifically. Or maybe it just doesn't matter that much. Yeah, I kind of want to go over to Nightfall and do some stuff. Well, we'll see where I'm at level-wise. I'm 90% of the way there. 1,000 odd experience to go. Whew. 30 damage off of barbs is not pleasant, I'm sure. What it gets for using Frenzy. Lord Dorn Lendragon. Lendrigan? I don't know. G should always be hard because J exists. Hot take. Giraffe should be spelled with a J, not a G. I'm not going to rewrite the English dictionary, but that sounds absolutely tedious. Bleached shells. Ah, Stance Crimson Carapace Shield. I actually have one of those on one of my characters, I believe. High Energy Curses wand or focus. That's not what I typically, if I'm going to use a high energy set, I'm going to have it be of the primary attribute, so that way I can use it with whatever I'm doing. High energy sets are a specialized tactic though, so it's not something I'm really considering a lot of the time anyway. I could really go for Sufferer on this character, huh? There's definitely builds that I think would work well with it. That's the Necromancer's Soul Reaping Scythe. Something to try to remember to pick up in 4 months or so. 2, 3, 4. Doing a little U shape. Or more of a C, I suppose. We'll go with that. Yeah. I think there's also a teleporter in somewhere in that area. I'm not sure offhand. This whole area is a little bit convoluted. A little bit convoluted. More Rock Eater Scarabs, eh? They drop Jade Mandibles as well, which is kind of interesting. Makes sense, though. There's no reason for them to have a different collector's item. There's going to be some more that pop up over here. All right. I don't know. I feel like seeing what Cedric Rogers has as well, just for curiosity's sake. Ah, that's where I'd get my pants. Cool. I'm not, but you know, that's where I would if I didn't already have maximum armor made in Kaining Center. Cool. Okay, so at this point, I have successfully toured the desert, which is great news. Yes, I don't have costs available yet. I don't have Milani. I think what I'm going to do, at this point, is actually make my way over to Nightfall Land, to Ilona, Land of the Golden Sun. I'm going to look into doing some random stuff there. I do want to come back here and do these, obviously. But I want to acquire some skills and stuff over in that area. Sell this stuff and buy myself a new expert salvage kit. Need more of those at some point here, but I don't need that right away. Okay. Because these heroes are kind of like getting pretty close to where I need them to be and all that. Take me down Break Beach, please. I should be able to go to Consulate Docks at least, which is convenient. I can locate the Xinshao. Get these two in my party. Do I have room for the Zaishin bounty or Zaishin mission? I don't know what these are, but whoops. Prismatic Ooze. I mean, I'll want to do that eventually, probably. Ventus Cemetery actually coming up pretty soon. Okay, I did pick that up. Good, good, good. I probably don't have access to Ventus Cemetery yet, but I can go to Consulate Docks because Koss is stuck out of my party because of the thing. Okay, Yolan Haven. I should... Let's see, hunted. Okay, I need to go to Ronjok, do that nonsense. So that's imminent. I want to talk to the skill guys and buy some stuff. Probably. Maiming Strike. Okay, yeah, this is the skill that I was talking about of wanting. I'm going to check. Aiming Strike. Skill trainers, it is not... Okay, good. I could get it off of Pickin', potentially. There will be other times to use those too. I don't know how many hero skill points I have. Most of these other ranger skills I'm kind of ignoring. Well, this Well of Silence would actually not be terrible to pick up. And Mark of Fury wouldn't be bad either. Mark of Fury. Okay, it's a Nightfall skill. Yeah, that would definitely be good to pick up. Okay, let's grab those two. Because I've been wanting a cripple option. I might not use it right away, but I want it in my toolkit. I'm going to slap on Feral Launch here. I need a couple. Probably actually need 190, I think, is what I remember seeing. Actually, I'm going to withdraw like 5 more than that because I'm going to grab some Signets of Capture as well. Okay. Maiming Strike, please, and thank you. And then Mark of Fury. And then Signets of Capture. Okay, excellent. Like I said, I'm not really looking to use Maiming Strike right now, but... Yeah, Mark of Fury is going to be useful longer term. But getting access to some more elites sounds really good. So let's just go over here. Wandering Priest. Hi, you're going to tell me about this, and I will take it. Thank you. Just need to go to Ronjok? Yeah, okay. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to have to fight some bugs and corners on the way, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I am so close to level 20. I'm going to probably get it from doing this quest. 2.5k experience? Yeah, almost certainly. Okay, this is maybe a little bit larger of a group than I was bargaining on. Ow. Well, they're not Hydra strength. I will grant them that. Oh, that had a lot of enchantments on them. 2 of them, I guess. Which counts for a lot from the AI. And by the AI, I mean computer-controlled entities / enemies. They don't tend to use a lot of enchantments, so having 2 on them felt like quite a bit. The spotter. I'm coming up here because I know the spotter's going to see me anyway. I might as well. Yeah, Melania's going to be leveling like crazy because she's underleveled. Or she's going to get more experience points anyway. She's underleveled. I want to get costs and start getting him leveled up as well. Graveyard here. I don't feel like I usually go through this specific spot. Come to think of it. Can't really tell you why exactly, just not common direction for me to go. Oh, weird. Is that better or worse than... It's 9 to 31, but it does get plus 10% while enchanted, so it's probably worse. So I'm just going to salvage this. Okay. That's fine. Spotter doesn't know if it wants to fight us or not. Ultimately, I opted with yes. Fortunately, it looks like we might get another. Another group. Excuse me, another group running in here. Which is not really what I want. A lot of storm artifacts, apparently. Which, storm artifacts are a really cool skin. They're like blue floating crystals. I like them. Okay. In my mind, that's 69 gold, which is pretty nice. Devotion. Knowing is half the battle. Armor plus 10 while casting. Plus 35 while enchanted. What's Vec currently using? He's using a staff. This is not bad. Not great. It's not bad. I'm probably just going to merch it because it's 120 gold, which is nice. I don't care about knowing is half the battle, but it's not a terrible mod by any means. It's a perfectly reasonable one. Once we secure this, I should be able to go capture there's a Beastmaster Elite that I want to go get in Sunward March, I think. It's the one that goes towards Gate of Desolation, so whatever that map is. And I'm really in the mood to be an Elementalist right now. Hitting both of those at the same time is not ideal. Okay, I went down pretty quickly. I'm gonna friggin' level up before turning on this quest. Yeah, I just hit level 20 in the middle of this clearing thing. Not necessarily a bad thing, though. Yep, there it is. Level 20. Gonna get more Beast Mastery. My last 15 attribute points are pretty obnoxious to go get those. The thing, because they're, I need to get to the Southern Shiver Peaks before I can get them. Still, I'm happy to make my pet stronger. I'm happy to make my heroes get more experience points. Wish this gave us a bounty for killing bugs before we came in here. I don't know if we have to kill the little stragglers that are like running around in groups of two. I don't remember. I haven't done this on enough characters apparently. Well, it looks like we might catch a couple here. And you. Get over here. Join our melee. I wanted to grab the gold coins, but okay. The journey still lives? It does. It does. Forgives. I am still working on the quest for unlocking all skills. Takes a while because you need resources, as it turns out. Oh, nice. Leveled up everyone else. Boom. Man, what a ridiculous build. Yeah, that's fine. And then healing prayers. Oh, he is already level 20. Oh yeah, Melania's currently a doctor. That amuses me. Okay. I'm gonna drop that and grab a Signet of Capture. Yep, I'm not giving up on this until I finish it. This is the plan anyway. I do want to go get Koss unlocked so I can start getting levels on him as well. Okay, I do want to go... Okay. This direction. Because it's out that way, I'm pretty sure. No, Sunward Marches is not the right map. I want the other one. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna go get this elite skill. I'm gonna go get this elite skill, and then we'll worry about everything else. Tari's Procession. Okay, that's the one that I need to go up. That Dunkoro is level 6. I don't know what to make of that. It feels unrealistic for him to be level 6 at that point. Balthazar statue. We have favor right now, everyone. Maybe I should have brought 2 signals of capture. There might be necromancers along here. I'm just thinking of this ranger that I want to capture. Yep. That's not the necromancer. That is a very annoying monk. But yeah, okay. Hang on. I'm winning an area up there. I don't think I need to fight that. I think I need to go along here, actually. I do want to get to my monk to that thing at some point. I don't know when that point is exactly. Oh. Yeah, Soul Barbs is really good against orders. What are you guys collecting? My beautiful wife, Gamyoka. I love her so dearly, but no matter how often I tell her she's beautiful, still she goes on wild quests to restore something she can never lose. Can you do an old man a favor, Sunspear? In the wilds, you can find sentient lodestones that can be made into a mirror that will show a person's inner beauty, no matter her age. If you can find 5 sentient lodestones so that I might make this mirror for her, I will gladly give you giving you anything I have. Yep, that sure is equipment. A lot of damage plus 15% while enchanted. Things. Would you believe I was once a glorious woman, with beauty equal to even Cormyr? My husband, Katu, once revered me above all else, but now I am old and wrinkled. How can you love me? The sages say the secret to glorious youth lies within the ruby kiss of a djinn. I must steal some djinn magic and take back my lovely visage of youth. Come, stranger, help me in this quest. Retrieve for me 5 immolated djinn essences in return for some enchanting daggers and then some other random enchantment-related stuff. And this communing focus, which is randomly not enchanting at all. Which, given the number of enchantments in communing, I mean, you probably are going to be using one, right? The summon one? That heals you and gives you energy when you summon stuff? What an odd couple. Grenth's statue over there. I don't really think about it much. But when we have favor, it becomes very obvious. Very obvious indeed. The boss that I want should be over in there. Then I think I'm going to go rescue Koss. We can build up the base later after I rescue Koss. But I want Koss in my party so I can begin getting him levels as well. Yeah, Surgeon Benoit. That's who I'm looking for. Decent amount of damage off of that. Especially given it's got damage reduction going on. Strike is 1. Yeah. Is it even going to be any good? I don't know. I'm capture it. I need it unlocked anyway, and this is my Beastmaster character, so. Your animal companion instantly moves to your target and causes bleeding for 12 seconds with his next attack. The next time you hit with an attack, target foe is crippled for 12 seconds. See, that does 2 things that are quite useful. Do. Three things that are quite useful. Boom. Pet over there. And it makes my wanding cripple stuff, which is handy. Helps getting the engagement engaged. I'm close enough. I might as well just continue all the way up to the Gate of Desolation. Why not? It's interesting to think that that applies to any attack. So like wanding, attacking with a sword, whatever, should trigger strike as one. It's actually kind of useful if you're not having anything better to use. And currently, my elite pool on this character is abysmal. I'm quite happy to use it. Yeah. Corn and military. Sure. That works well for me. Should be up over there. I need to go with this quest. Obviously, it's a long ways before I'm actually going to be able to do anything over there, but... making my pet not have to run to the target is super useful. Yeah, over there you can see the grand statue that I'm trying to get to. Aha, now you're crippled for a few seconds and can't escape easily. I feel like Sosuke is doing a lot better out here too, because he's not having his enchantments stripped as aggressively. Probably should have a bit more burning going on to make him a little bit easier to use glowing gaze, though. Oh, you can see our favor over there now. Close enough that the effects are rendering. Neat. Dun, 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 dun. Nice to be able to dodge around some enemies there. It's interesting how Nightfall's decision to make it so you have to talk to an NPC to be able to start the mission allows them to be able to gate the missions behind quests, which I think works really well for allowing you to be able to kind of explore around a little bit. Like, you can get to the Gate of Desolation. You can't do the mission until it's time for you to do it, but you can come here. You can even go out the other map, but there's nothing to do very far because you'll get wrecked, basically. I think I need to go out. Archrock Ward. Okay, yeah, that is the map. Better to come from here or from here? Doesn't really matter, does it? I do need to fix my bar, because I lost I'm striking as one is staying there, but I kind of want Insidious Parasite. I'm gonna bring that. Or I could go with Otyug's Cry. I don't really need that though. I don't think there's gonna be anything to capture on the way. Insidious Parasite gives me something that I can use to, in particular, go after certain foes. So, yeah, I'm now a strike as one Necromancer. I don't know what to make of that, but here we are. Stealing it? Nope. Really not wanting to give me steel ingots on some of this stuff, is it? It's okay. Okay, Koss, we're coming for you, bud. We're coming for you. Ah, yes, this is the spot where people farm bugs to level up their thing instead of doing quests. Their title. Their Sunspear title. Because it is thresholded. And then they made it not thresholded for people who are from the campaign. I don't know. They've done some tweaks and changes over the years. Those are some large monkeys. That's what those are. Real large lads. Okay. Oh, I need to go talk to Naresh. Okay. Because I need to follow her, I'm probably better off going from Sunspear Sanctuary to Arkjock Ward. Otherwise, I'm going to have to fight through a bunch of the map to get to the NPC I need to interact with, which is not what I would consider ideal. There are some reforged characters over here, which is kind of neat. People are playing a lot, which is really cool. Glad that the game's been so reinvigorated by the reforged update. I think that's really neat. Interesting that they changed portal styles with Nightfall. These ones are a little bit more obvious. The ones that are used in Prophecies and Factions are a lot more subtle, which I think the more obvious ones are a good change. Does Desecrate enchantments... I need to figure out where that one's gotten. I don't know if I have it unlocked or not. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's Defile. Curses has at least like 12 more skills in it than what I have unlocked right now. I don't remember if it's off of a skill quest or not, is the thing that I'm looking at and thinking about there. Yeah, this goes by this frankly horrendous watering hole. There's a useful-ish elite skill here. It's kind of a build-around one for warriors. That gives you a bunch of adrenaline, but then makes your adrenaline skills have a recharge. On one Lord of the Ntuka has it. I'm going to want that eventually, obviously. Definitely an interesting skill. Oh my goodness. Being a necromancer with that on you is atrocious. Oh, this area is over Agro City. Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me. Oh, I'm up. I'm not down. Okay. Thought I was dead. Maybe I was dead. I don't know. Get back up here, you pet of mine. Oh, this area is... Nope, I don't have death penalty, so... Okay, that guy's down. Oh my goodness, we have like dozen almost dead Tuca birds over there. Give me health. Well, that failed, but it's okay. Pat, go get revenge for me. Yeah. Not Spider, good job. Oh, you're level 18 now. Neat. Well, that was brutal. That area is rough, though. It's always rough. The problem is that over aggro happened. Just disgusting amounts of over aggro happened. But we're better now. And we will press on. Just ignoring the fact that a bunch of my party has a bunch of death penalty. But, you know, Elias has a morale boost, and therefore we're fine. That's how that works. I think I want to go this way. Kind of around this chunk of rock. I see your strategy, and I give you kudos for it. Take damage. There's not really a good way of getting over there. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe it goes around over there, and it would have been great to go that way, and I'm taking a worse route, but... I frankly do not spend a whole lot of time in these maps, so I don't know them well enough for that knowledge to be something I have. I'm going to talk to this wandering priest now. Yep, we're going to rescue Koss, go to Pogon's Passage, and wrap up the stream there. That sounds like a plan to me. I mean, I'm probably going to turn in this quest or whatever, but... Wow, those guys did a lot of damage very quickly. All right, let's clear out. We need to clear out some of these guys, and then there's a boss that might have Reaper's Mark, might not, might be some other boss, I don't remember. Might be a ranger. You have this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yep, that guy had a bad day. Oh, man. Strikers 1, just like getting my pet right over there is just so nice. It's not a skill that I've used a whole lot. So I'm quite enjoying it. Okay, I need to take out this group over here. No, I want you fighting the priest, my pet. Sometimes they're dumb about their targeting. That's okay. They acquire a taste for a certain blood, and then they go for it. It's just how the pets be. Yeah, this guy's now open the gates because he wants to go do something or whatever. Go back. Cornin necromancers use Reaper's Mark, so that's where I got it. I believe it was off of the initial quest, maybe? Or the when you fight Corsairs and stuff, Cornins. No, he's Barrage. I don't need that on this character, though. I'm not going to be using it. I mean, if you're going to just stand there, I'm going to... Tanky. Tanky fellow. Okay, Koss. Yeah, I know. I know. I was too busy doing stuff in Tyria. You'll have to be patient. Okay. So I'm going to be able to unlock him in a moment, but I'm like super close to Pokemon's Passage, so it would be really, really silly not to go over there. So I'm going to do that. Then we'll go get Koss. It will have been a day. I like to give people a little bit of heads up about how long the stream's going to last. And the answer is not much longer. Oh, man. That's actually kind of impressive. But also kind of brutal. You lacked a few skills that you wanted. Yeah, I can probably do it. I definitely want to bring stance removal when I'm fighting him. Because Battle Scars is a real problem. Okay, Pokemon Passage obtained. Sunspear Sanctuary. Lonai, give... Yes, thank you. Oh, Milani leveled up. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I kind of want to kick Elias and his weird build out of here and get Koss in here. He needs to be in here for the thing, and I want him leveling, so... It does make Soul Barbs worse. I kind of want to replace that with something else. I might just go with Otyug's Cry, because it will help with the Rangers who like to block. Gets Barb's damage in and all that. My 2 Mesmerize with Wastrel's Worry would have added about 100 DPS. Sure, yeah, Wastrel's is definitely useful in that sense. Okay, that was not an impressive amount of wood. Neither was that. Okay, I'm gonna pop in my Gultal, clear out my inventory. I know I'm extending how long I'm going, but whatever, I'm gonna hang out with y'all while I clear out my inventory. Should be a pretty simple procedure. Drop off some stuff. Go talk to a merchant. That one. Mash sell. Back up to 20 platinum. Oh yeah. All right. Well, that is going to go ahead and wrap things up for me for today. Again, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't know if this is going to get completed in this year or not, but if it does, that would be cool. But anyway, until next time, take care, goodbye, and thank you for watching.